If you run a dental lab and you're still relying on word of mouth, trade shows, or hoping your sales reps get out there more, I've got news for you. The game has changed. Content is no longer optional. It's a competitive advantage. The labs that consistently grow in 2025 are the ones that document, educate, and show up online with purpose, not randomly, not occasionally, but with a content strategy built to attract dentists, oral surgeons, and high-value clients like clockwork. And at the heart of that strategy, content pillars. Let me explain why they matter, how they work, and exactly how your lab can start using them today to grow revenue without adding another salesperson. My name is Tyler, and I've created websites, content, and full marketing systems for dental labs that have helped them grow, retain clients, and stand out in a crowded market. And today, I'm here to help your lab do the same. Most lab owners I speak with know how important marketing is. The problem is they think it's too expensive, too time-consuming, and ultimately it takes them away from running the business that they actually want, which is running a dental lab. Here's the thing. Dentists don't buy for the lab with the lowest price. Well, some do, but ultimately they want to buy from the lab they trust. Your marketing builds that trust. Trust doesn't happen in a single sales call or an email. It's built through repeated exposure to helpful, relevant, and educational content that proves you're not just a technician, you're a partner in patient outcomes. This trust is actually a way for you to get those clients who are used to sending out work to overseas labs and getting subpar work. Use your marketing to gain trust and let them know you're worth the price tag you offer. And in today's attention economy, the way you earn that trust is through consistent strategic content. Your lab isn't in the business of making crowns. You're in the business of building relationships with your clients, your brand, and your future buyers. Content is how you scale those relationships without scaling your labor. So let's talk about what content pillars are and why they keep your strategy from falling apart. Content pillars are 3 to 5 core themes that your lab will consistently create content around. They give structure to your strategy and they eliminate the chaos of, what should we post today? Think of content like building a house. Content pillars are the beams that hold up the roof. Without them, your entire strategy collapses into randomness. For example, instead of bouncing between before and after photos, industry memes, technical rants, you can create strategic categories that serve different parts of your sales journey. Some build trust, some educate, some show results, some actually sell. When executed right, content pillars turn your marketing from a gamble into a system. And more importantly, they build credibility before you ever hop on a call with a dentist. And before we get into these content pillars, feel free to download my free 50 content ideas for dental labs PDF, which will not only give you 50 content ideas that you can create to gain credibility and social proof, but also 5 content pillars that you can act on today. The link is in the description. All right, so with that being said, let's move on to talk about 5 proven content pillars that are tailored specifically for dental labs and that you can begin implementing today. The first one is show your process, aka authority content. What this is this. Give dentists a behind-the-scenes look at your lab. Show your technicians working on full arch cases, crowns, your scanner in action, your QA process before shipping, even show the teeth being milled. Why this works. Most dentists don't understand what really happens after they send in a scan. When you show your process, you position your lab as high quality and detail oriented. You could even show some mistakes. Like, look, we did this wrong, but we are gonna fix this mistake because quality is what we promise with our work. The second content pillar that you should focus on is highlighting your client wins. This just builds trust. Spotlighting your dental clients with their success stories, testimonials, photos, and videos of the restorations that have been done in patients' mouth, your clinics. This builds trust. Social proof builds trust. Dentists want to see that other respected practices are working with your lab and getting great results. An example would be like, shout out to Dr. Green's office. We're completing this full arch using our multi-layer zirconia, clean, natural, and delivered on time. Stuff like that. The third pillar is educate on materials and workflows. This is going to show your industry authority. What this is, break down the differences between the zirconia that you use, maybe the zirconia that your competitors use, maybe you use PMMA, the titanium that you use. Maybe you say, hey, when we create a zirconia arch, we're going to use titanium substructure or something like that. Maybe you're going to educate them on the different digital scans that they could use. Maybe you want to show them the Shining 3D Elite Oral. Maybe you want to show them the difference between using a roll-in milling machine versus maybe a Ginny and Up 3D milling machine, stuff like that. Just by you talking about your materials, the workflows, what you do, you're going to be able to show authority in like, hey, this guy or this woman knows exactly what they're talking about. The fourth pillar of content that you're going to want to do is introduce your team. What this is going to do is it's going to connect your business, and it's going to create a human element. It's showcasing the people behind the work. You're showing your dental technicians, you're showing your shipping team, you're showing those who are running the milling machines, who are doing the 3D designs. What it does is just it lets your doctor know, hey, like, you should send us your cases. We have really hardworking people here, making sure that you get the best work, and it's just a way to build connection. The fifth content pillar is going to be the make the offer pillar. And this is where we're going to convert. This is where you ask for the sale. This is where you promote a free case trial, introduce a new service, spotlight a premium offer. Once you've earned trust, now you should be closing. Now that you've shown off all this content, you should say, hey, if you want to work with us, send us a message. We'd love to do like a free crown for you. Don't be like, oh, we'll do a full free arch. Don't do that. Don't do that. And here's the thing, by the way, about the content pillars. The reason why marketing is so hard for literally every business is because of consistency. Having a clear, consistent strategy and then pulling it off is difficult. By having content pillars and creating content around those pillars, you know exactly what you need to do, and you don't have to guess. Wonder what we should post or film today. Instead, you can go, okay, today is industry authority today. So we're going to be talking about educating the materials, the milling machines, the 3D printers that we're using, and we're going to showcase how we do. Oh, look, it's a Monday. Let's try to get a client testimonial and film them. Oh, look, it's Friday. Let's show our process of a beginning and end to creating a full arch. It takes the guesswork out of it, okay? So here's the play. Here's the strategy. Pick 3 to 5 pillars that match your strengths. You can write them out. Rotate them on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. Create the content and repurpose that content on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, your email list, and then track which posts generate engagement or lead conversions. And maybe you're realizing like, man, this content pillar and this content's not doing good. So switch it out with a better one, or just go if you're realizing, oh man, we get more sales if we talk about the milling machines, do more milling machine content. This isn't about going viral. It's about being visible, valuable, and consistent. Dentists aren't scrolling to be entertained. Okay, we're not here to get you to dance on TikTok. They're scrolling to solve problems. Okay, they want their problems solved, and it's your job to showcase that you can solve their problems. The lab that shows up every week with valuable insights is the one that stays on top of mind when it's time to switch vendors, scale production, or test new materials. And this is a way to showcase to them that you aren't just another vendor. You are a partner. Okay, their success is going to be predicated on your success. They need you. Seriously, use your content to make them feel like they need you. So if you want to grow your dental lab in today's market, you don't need to hire a huge sales team or throw money at ads. It's always nice, by the way, to throw out targeted ads. I mean, we can have a whole discussion about that later. And if you want to book a call with me, link in the description. But ultimately, you need to get strategic with your content. And that starts with content pillars. These pillars aren't trendy marketing fluff. They're how you build long-term trust. Differentiate yourself in a crowded market and turn attention into revenue consistently. Okay, with the rise of DSOs, doctors sending their cases overseas, attention is now more important than ever. Pick your pillars, create with purpose, and watch your lab become the one dentists trust, recommend, and rely on.